Welcome, welcome to everyone watching the replay. Happy Wednesday. Wait, is it Wednesday? Yes, it is. Happy freaking Wednesday. All right. Let's fix this over here. I think we're good there. Yeah, that's good. All right. Okay. All right. I think I'm all set up for the most part. Okay, it's 9. Okay. It's 9. Hello, hello. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. I almost said Friday. It's not Friday. It's Wednesday, in fact. Happy freaking Wednesday. Feel free to say hi. How you doing? Where you from? I like to wait around for a while to kind of get people the chance to kind of come in, get settled. So, yeah, we're good with there. Hello, hello. Hi, Leah. How are you? Where are you from? Hi, Jessica. So when I do mediumship, that's always a paid service for me, simply because it takes a lot of energy for me to connect like that. But so that's a paid service for me. Okay. I do a lot of different readings. Oh, let me, I think that's good right there. You're from Montreal. What kind of readings do I do? So I can do, it's pretty much any kind of reading. So like love, career, health. I will say I've been guided to kind of veer away from love a little bit more. But if somebody pays for a reading, or I'm guided to read for someone that wants a love reading, we're just gonna roll with it. But I do love, health, career. I just don't do pregnancy or fertility. Other than that, I'm pretty versatile in reading any other kind of doing any kind of other readings. Does that make sense? I don't know if I want this short. Yeah, I think we're good there. It does feel kind of short though. So tonight I am offering free and paid readings, as the little description says. Thank you. Thank you, Lizard. Thank you, Lizzie. I don't know if your name is Lizzie. But thank you. I grew it myself. So thank you. So tonight, I already said that. What's up, guys? My name is Angelica, because I forgot to say that, and I haven't said that yet, but my name is Angelica. I am a reader, a quantum healer, energy worker, a bridge, a catalyst. I am also a medium and a channel. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Jessica. I hope that does help and clears things up. Thank you for allowing me to be clear. Your name is Liz or Lizzie. So I am offering free and paid readings. I have been reading people my entire life. I just didn't know that I was reading people. But I officially started offering readings like 3 years ago, but I've also been doing healing work for about 5 years now. And medium, okay, I'm going to get to that. Okay, I'm going to get to that. So I'm offering free and paid, right? It's free and paid, not free paid. There's a distinction there. Get it right. So free mini readings. They're going to be short, concise, very short answers. I'm going to keep all of the answers to the free mini readings very short. Okay. And the way these work are that I just kind of scan the comments and I go with whoever my intuition kind of pulls me to, or that, kind of spirit kind of guides me to. Okay. So for the free mini readings, leave with your name and a question. If you have a question, the more specific you can be, the better, because it's going to be very short, concise answers. Remember, you can be general, open, health, career, etc. I don't do pregnancy or fertility. Okay. And if you do have a question, keep them very to one, limited to one. So my paid services tonight and pretty much every night. So I am also offering paid readings, which all of my paid readings go first, and then I go. I create a list. So tonight I have about 5. I'd say time for about 5 spots. Okay, my paid services are 25, or for readings, 39 for energy work and energy clearing. Is are 25, or for readings, 39 for energy work and energy clearing. 39 for mediumship. This is connecting with past loved ones. We can do this you being open or you wanting to connect to a specific person. And multidimensional mediumship is connecting to your spirit guides and or multidimensional aspects of yourself. Okay. And so with my paid services, all links to donate are in my profile, which Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. You just got to scroll all the way down. Okay. And then if you do donate or pay for a reading, you got to let me know in the comments that you donated so that I go to you first. Okay. All right. So first off, okay. All right. Just want to make sure that I don't have anything there. Cool. Okay. I think I want this to be a little bit higher because I like it a little bit higher. All right. So I'm going to start scrolling through the comments. And my specialty, y'all, when I do readings, my specialty is about self-awareness. So if you ask a simple question about like something, your guides, your team, your spirit team might actually guide me to highlight information, highlight a different information that wants to come through in your field. Okay. But I always do my best to answer the questions directly. Okay. What's up, BRP? What's up to all my newbies? If you're new here, let me know. Or if you're confused about how this works, let me know. Hi, Cheryl. It's nice to see you again. It's nice to have you here, my dear. Thank you for hanging out. I like this question. Stephanie, you're asking, is there anyone leaving a light on for me to find my way home? I actually do see this. I do see this, yes. When I tune into your energy, I do see like a little lighthouse. And just to, let's see, I'm feeling to kind of say also, we can also prepare for our death and like ahead of time in order to, because really what happens after death is where our mind it's all about our mind. So if we believe we're going to go to hell or we're going to go to heaven, or that's where our mind takes us. We're going to go, that's where we go until we learn, until we kind of like say we went to a not so great reality. Okay, after we died, or we got somehow earthbound. That typically happens when you have unfinished business. Um, and or if you go to hell, there's not really a hell. It's all in the mind. It's not an actual place. It's a place in consciousness. Does that make sense? It's a state of consciousness. So you can actually prepare ahead of time by sending energy and intending that, all of the angels are going to, help you on your way home. All of your ascended ancestors are going to help you, pull you to your highest like destination after death, etc. So you can actually do a lot of different you can actually employ a lot of different modalities in order to ensure that you go to your desired destination when you pass on from this life. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, there is someone, you do have your ancestors around you that will help you when you pass. Oh, thank you, Angelica, for the rose. My name is Angelica too. Thank you, Tanya. Do. Oh, there's all kinds of new people. All right, sweet. Thank you guys for hanging out. I love it. I love it. I'm still scrolling through the comments here. So if you do want a free, where is it? A free mini reading. All right, leave a comment with your name, question. I just don't do pregnancy or fertility. Okay. Yes, Katrina asks, how does the mediumship work? Can you reach a certain person, or is it who comes through? I can do either or. So if there's someone that you want to specifically connect with, I can connect with that person. It's actually a lot easier for me because I know where I'm headed, so to speak. But I can also, if you're open, I can also just bring through anyone or any one of your ancestors or people who have passed that are on the other side that have ascended, that want to come through for you. And it's typically one. There's a couple of occasions that there have been like two, but it's typically one. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, how would you buy a reading? So you go to my profile and you click the link that's in my profile. You scroll all the way down and then you donate through PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. Okay. That's how you do that. And then my paid services, just so you know, is $25 for readings, and then there's $39 for energy work, energy clearing, mediumship, and multidimensional mediumship. Okay. But let me know so that I make sure that I get to you. Okay. Okay, I feel called to this one. Natasha, you're asking what is causing me to struggle emotionally right now on my twin flame journey. Let me tune in. Short answer is attachments, my dear. Okay, I just want to make sure who I was connecting with. Natasha. Okay, yeah. It feels like emotional attachments. I'm being shown like cords, and those cords carry attachments. So short answer is cords. I'm not going to get into like a longer answer because this is like a short, concise, but It feels like emotional attachments. Let me kind of see if there's like specifics. Okay. Um, when I feel into one of these specific chords, I'm feeling abandonment. And this actually feels like it's caused from another lifetime that you guys were together and there was an abandonment thing. They abandoned you. I don't know like the roles if you were like male or female or whoever like I don't know in that life unless I like really dive in. But it feels like what I hear is abandonment, and then I hear like some resentment and betrayal. So I would encourage you to feel into that and feel into those themes: abandonment, betrayal, resentment. And I would ask you, are those themes that you've explored in this life, and how do they correlate to your life here and now? And also within this connection? Because it feels like those are pretty prevalent, heavier, like really dense connections or chords within the connection that are causing um, a perpetuated certain type of experience. It's perpetuating a certain type of experience, and it's also coloring your lens, your perception, in a certain way. Okay. I hope that helps, Natasha. That's what I feel for you. I'm doing well. I'm doing well, Cindy. Okay, I'm scrolling through. Okay, hold on. Who paid? Destrella. Did I say that right? Is it Destrella? Havlik. You paid for a reading, my dear. Thank you. Where is it to do? Yeah, I do answer yes or no questions in the with the free readings. I will buy a reading if you can tell me anything about my husband to know he is reaching out. Are you talking about, Diana, are you talking about mediumship? Are you referring to mediumship with that? Because I definitely be able to facilitate for that for you. Hold on one second. I did see that. Oh my goodness. What's going on? That's weird. That's weird. Jenny, I would encourage you to. I mean, if it's your sister, I would ask. I would encourage you to do that yourself and see what she says. You can connect. I'm not here. I'm here to. Oh, Destry. Okay, all right, got you. Got you, Destry. That's a really pretty name. I've never heard of that before. I'm here to empower you to remember that you have these skills as well. But if you're asking me to do it, why don't you just do it? Cut out the middleman. I do understand what you're saying, but I want to call you to. Okay, I just want to scroll through. Okay. Um, Absolutely, absolutely. You can. You can. I promise you. You're just not. Sometimes when we feel, I'm going to get to your reading here in a minute, Destry. Sometimes when we feel, I'm speaking to you, Jenny. Sometimes when we feel like we can't hear like our guides or the people around us, sometimes we do have like certain lenses of perception of like, I'm too close to this, I can't hear what they're saying. But if we clear those lenses, or if we clear the distortions on those lenses, which is typically has to do with limiting beliefs and or trauma. So if we clear those, then that tends to quiet our field and also quiet our mental body as well as our emotional body, and we can come to a place of stillness where we can actually hear. So that might be something that needs to be, you know, or that I might encourage you to do. um, but I promise you that you can. Okay, Destry, do you have, my dear, a certain question, or are you open, or how can I serve you today, my dear? I understand that, Diana. I definitely understand that. Your your job is to be here and now, though, and to learn how to make peace with that and accept that. And the biggest challenge, the biggest like obstacle right now for you, Diana, is your resistance to being here. Well, whether you, okay, here's the thing. Might be time for a little bit of tough love, but I mean, take it or leave it, right? But whether we think we can or think we can't, we're right. So if you keep saying you can't, you're just, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But you got to start telling yourself, I can, I can, I can, I must. And that typically means shifting your beliefs, shifting, clearing trauma as well. This is part of my specialty. You're open, just wanting some guidance, encouragement, confirmations to the growth and stuff I've been in and doing, if that makes sense. It makes perfectly sense. Oh, you're okay. Your body's giving out. I've almost died like 3 times. I really feel like your perception of it, because you could see, you could say that, but you could also say, holy shit, how fucking lucky am I that this thing almost happened 3 times, but I'm still here. If that doesn't show you that you're here for a reason, my dear, I don't know what will. It's got to come from in here. And I don't know if you're still holding on to a lot of grief, or if you haven't quite fully grieved, or if you still are. But there's you're still carrying a lot of heaviness. Hi, Regina. How are you? All right, my dear. Okay, Destry, you were saying just wanting some guidance, encouragement, confirmation to the road. Okay, all right. So I'm just going to connect to you, my dear. All right, got you. All right. I'm hearing we're gonna pull a couple cards here. So, asking for the most high benevolent messages and or insight, information, confirmations for Destry in her journey and going forward, and for her highest and best good. Okay. All right. Let's see what comes out. You taking a break from homework? I'm doing well. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, it was already there. Interesting. Okay. All right, my dear. So, all right, Destry, are you ready? So your first card is fear. Okay, and this, if you look at the bottom here, this is about releasing fear. Okay, this is releasing right there. Releasing fear. So to me, this kind of, all right, hold on one second. As I, as the way that I interpret this is, there's generalities and there's also specifics in this. But like overall, I can, they're saying this. So this is kind of my sign for, it's a cycle. You're in a cycle of releasing fear from your system. Okay, so it's like a general like fear. Whatever is fear-based beliefs, trauma that, still are holding fear in your body, or any emotion that is fear-based or was created in fear. So like shame, guilt, anything that's fear-based, anything that's creating suffering or pain from the past. It feels like I would say a pretty intense purge of fear from your body. And that's is going to translate in a lot of different ways. Okay. I'm just listening for a moment. Specifically how I'm reading it, or how it's coming in now, is specifically from the solar plexus. So anything having to do with identity, your personality, old ego structures that no longer serve you or that are fear-based, because our ego tends to be very fear-based. It wants to keep us comfortable, safe, and anything outside of that comfort zone, anything outside of that safe zone, it's like our ego is like, sending off or setting off the bells and whistles. So there's a lot of purging from the solar plexus. So anything around childhood, the inner child. So childhood, anything around innocence, anything having to do like with the inner child, innocence, playfulness, purity, creativity, things like this. So like I said, it's like a general releasing of fear, but like then we start to zoom into the solar plexus, and then we zoom even further into like the ego and the individual, your individuality, your identity, old identities that identified in fear, or that and I would give you an example if they were giving me one, but I'm not getting anything. I'm getting like really big into still kind of general but more specific. But fear from the solar plexus, because this is your power center. So also how you've I would say anything releasing fear of owning your power, misusing your power, that would have you maybe bypass, reject, deny your power. Okay. So that power center, big release, big purge. Okay. Especially now that it's Leo season for a little while longer. And Leo is also all about that power, that inner child, that solar plexus energy. So releasing fear, and more specifically releasing fear from that solar plexus, because that's where your power center is, and that's where we source. That's our source of power. Okay. So as we move on to the next to the next one, is about trust. So I would say trust, 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 trust. And this is about initiation. If you're looking at this lovely little word on the bottom, so this is about initiation into trust. Much greater trust right here, right? Releasing fear so that you can actually move into alignment with yourself, with your highest self, and so that you can actually trust yourself. Because I would actually interpret this as there's been a lot of mistrust, or either that you were trained, programmed, taught to believe, taught to mistrust yourself, programmed to mistrust yourself. And it feels like there might be some of that running in your bloodline as well. So trusting yourself. So you have this cycle of releasing fear and coinciding with it, and also in its own cycle, is trusting, learning trust, and learning what it means to trust yourself, and coming into a greater alignment of trusting you. And trusting. So I actually feel this connecting back to the solar plexus, like trusting your own decisions and choices, because the solar plexus is also about choice, responsibility, taking responsibility for our choices. And it feels like there's, trusting your choices to take you where you want to go, instead of what other people might have said in the past, or what other people say, or what I'm actually being reminded, or that what they're dropping in my head is your decisions are going to be reflective of your vision. And your vision, if you imagine a pair of sunglasses, that's your vision, right? This vision that you have for your life. Don't take those sunglasses off. Don't take your vision off and give it to somebody else that doesn't understand your vision. And let them dictate what choices you need to make, because they don't understand your vision. It's like a different prescription. Does that make sense? So I hope that makes sense. But I'm being told to also relay that. Don't give away your vision to other people that don't see it, or don't give your power away to other people that don't understand your vision. If they don't understand your vision, cool. That that vision wasn't meant for them. It was meant for you. Okay. So trust your vision, trust your choices, because your choices are going to align to your vision. Okay. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm hearing very specifically to say. Third card is choice. Okay. And this is also, I didn't realize it, but this is also about the solar plexus. Okay. And this is about expansion. This card specifically feels like recognizing your choice, and recognizing where you have choice, recognizing where you are not choosing, because not choosing is also a choice. It's just a very passive choice. Or sometimes it can be a passive choice. If you're consciously not choosing, that's a choice. If you're passively not choosing and are indecisive, that's a choice. Everything is a choice. So this is another cycle that feels pretty parallel to these other guys. Releasing fear, building trust. This other cycle of realizing your choice has to do with choosing for yourself, choosing for your life, choosing for your future, choosing for your now, choosing for you. That doesn't mean other people don't get to be incorporated or integrated into those choices. But how they're giving it to me is like really putting the emphasis on the choices that you're making for your specific life and what you want to build or you want to create or for what you feel called to do. So this is another emphasized point within your within your consciousness right now. It's very emphasized, at least how I'm reading it. I'm gonna listen for a minute because I feel like there's maybe one more thing that they want to say. Okay. All right. Okay. What they're let me see if I can articulate this. I'm gonna try to the best of my ability. So all three of these things are interlinked and they're intertwined and they're parallel, but they're also like weaving in and out of each other. So as you release the fear, like it's like you're releasing fear around trust. You're releasing fear around making empowered choices and feeling empowered in your choices. That's one way that they kind of interweave. And another way is having trust in your choices and choosing trust, right? And as you choose trust, you're also releasing fear. And also choosing trust over fear. Even if you feel fear, choose to trust anyway. Like they're very, very interlinked, intertwined. Does this make sense? But they're very, very, they're weaving in and out of each other in a lot of different, very intricate ways. Okay. I'm going to scroll through the comments to see. That's beautiful. Your husband and you are deciding to not do anything out of fear. That's beautiful. I would highly encourage that for anybody. Because if you're doing something out of fear, you're recreating those timelines. So good on you. I'm letting go of a lot of defensiveness that's been keeping me safe, but actually hurting me. Yep, that's beautiful. That feels like it's also linked to that identity. Because sometimes we can identify as a defensive person. Does that make sense? And we don't even realize we can identify as a defensive person unconsciously. So that also feels connected to the solar plexus to me. Destry says, everything you said is a new pattern of how I have started living my life. That's beautiful. So, like you said, it's a confirmation of this new foundation that you're creating for you. So I would highly, highly encourage you to just keep trusting in that. And the more you choose to trust in that, it's going to shift your reality. Just keep choosing to trust no matter what, no matter what. No matter what the exterior looks like, no matter what chaos is going on, you choose to trust. Okay? That's kind of the big, I would say, the word I'm hearing is heavy hitter. That's the big heavy hitter because that's going to, you're actually utilizing your trust and that power center, or you're utilizing your choice is what I meant to say. You're utilizing that power center, that choice to choose to trust. No matter what things look like, because it's all an illusion. The only thing that's real is our experience of it. So if you're choosing to trust, then your experience is going to be one of trust. And that's what's going to start. The feedback that you start getting you're creating that, right? So if you're creating trust in your reality, you're sending that signal out, and your reality is going to begin to shift and shift and shift and shift into one that it doesn't matter what you do, you can always trust it, because that's what you've chosen to do, and that's how you've chosen to experience your reality, and that is your part of your dominant frequency, or that's part of your frequency. Okay. I hope that makes sense, but that's what I'm hearing to also relay there is like, keep trusting no matter what, no matter what, because you're literally creating your reality that way. Okay. It just feels right on. You're right on track. You're right on target. I know you didn't ask, but like, that's what I'm hearing is like, you're right on track. Um, Trust in your new life that you're creating for yourself, because you're creating some really beautiful timelines and trajectories to go down, to walk in. Okay. Um, exactly. I just don't. That's why they were giving me that. That's why they were giving me that. I just don't always see the fruit of it now. Yeah, that's why they were telling me, like, hey, keep trusting it in it, because there's a lag time here. There's a lag time here on Earth. Not always, but like for the most part, there's a lag time, and that lag time, sometimes we can get a little like discouraged and feel like, this isn't working. I'm trying to manifest and it's not working. And that's where people go wrong. You got to keep choosing and realize consciously you have a choice whether to align to that vision or not. You got to keep choosing, keep choosing, keep choosing. It's always a choice, always a choice, always a choice. In every moment, in every second, in every millisecond, it's always a choice. So you might not be seeing the fruits of it now, but trust me, because you're building momentum right now. And the more momentum you build, the more your reality will begin to shift, because you are putting that frequency out at a consistent pace rather than inconsistent. So people that don't see consistent results or manifestations or whatever, it's because they're being inconsistent with their alignment and or feeling. So keep feeling, keep trusting, and keep cultivating the feeling of gratitude and appreciation, because that's going to help amplify. And you might not see it now, but you will see it. I promise. You just got to keep choosing that path. It has to be a conscious choice. Hi, Melissa. I mean, Alyssa. Sorry about that. So encouragement and confirmation helps. That all makes sense. Choose to trust. I'm going to keep saying this. Yeah, exactly. I've been wondering that a lot, if I'm on track and doing things right. Truly healing. Yes. I was like, I don't know why they're telling me to say this, but I'm saying this right now. But yes, you are right on track. Just keep consciously reminding yourself that you have to choose in each moment to trust. Because when we go back to revert to those old ways, that's a choice. And if we can catch that and choose consciously to realign, then that adds momentum. And to your vibratory field, that adds momentum to that vibration, that frequency that you're putting out. Okay? I hope that makes sense. It sounds like it was a confirmation. But that's what I get for you, Destry. I hope I'm saying your name right. Destry. That was a really awesome reading. Thank you for allowing me to facilitate for you. Yeah, we're just about at time, I think. All right. Is there anyone, let's see. If I have a little bit more time on here, but if you would like a free reading, and this is going to be my last call for any paid readings or paid services. So if you do want a free mini reading, let me know. Leave a comment with your name and a question, or if you're generally open. Please remember I don't do pregnancy or fertility. And then if you want a paid service and you want to get on the list for that, let me know and I can go through the spiel. Liz, you're asking if this relationship you're in will be successful. Thank you. Thank you, Michaela. So I always have to remind, it's always my, I take it upon my responsibility to always remind people, like, you get to choose and your partner gets to choose. So that's ultimately going to be what decides if it's successful or not. How people, both people or all the people in the relationship choose to grow or not. So that's always going to be the determinant. But I do understand what you're saying, and I'm just going to tap into if there's any timelines or anything out there that relates to this information. So I'm going to connect to you, my dear Liz, and then I'm going to feel into the connection. Okay, all right, okay. And just give me a moment or two. The couple of things that come to me, and you can confirm or tell, you confirm it or not. But one thing that I was hearing was I actually felt my cheeks get really hot, and it felt like I was saying a lot of angry words. And what I was hearing was like angry outbursts or emotional outbursts caused from anger. And this is one thing that really needs to be addressed. And then along with that, I feel whatever this is connected to the heart, and it feels like there's some walls around the heart. That's how I would interpret it, that are creating not healthy boundaries. I would say, like, shutting people out rather than letting people in and having healthy, like, connections and boundaries. Those two things feel very prominent, and I would say need to be addressed for the relationship to be successful. If they don't get addressed, it's going to ultimately, because it's part of the foundation, it's going to ultimately, if it doesn't get addressed and woven in to the foundation, like strengthened, it feels like this could be a potential downfall for the relationship. So I hope that makes sense. I know it wasn't a straightforward answer, but sometimes I don't get straightforward answers. Everything depends on our choice. So sometimes it's not black or white. It's actually dependent upon choices. And, if there's two people in a relationship, it depends on both people's choice. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. I wasn't specific. It wasn't specifically coming to me if it was you or your partner. It's just whatever those traits wherever those qualities are coming from, because typically our partner is going to be some kind of reflection of us, whether they're, um, it's kind of like an empath and a narcissist. They're two sides of the same coin. You know, they're doing, they're doing the same thing, but in different ways to meet their needs. And so it's kind of like that. So it doesn't really matter in my head whether it's coming, it's just that's how it came through. So wherever those emotional outbursts from anger are coming from, they need to be addressed. Okay. Um, Regina. um, was it like, what kind of book was it? All right, my dears. Oh, wait. Hold on. Alyssa, you sent in for a reading, my dear. Can you let me know how I can how can I be of assistance to you, my dear? Do you have a specific question or are you open? Let me know how I can serve, how I can be of service. Oh, okay. You did you did, Alyssa. Um, you're welcome, Liz. I hope that helps. If you need more, like my small little free mini readings are meant to be like really quick, but like a paid reading or even booking with me private one-on-one will help dig deeper because we actually have more time and I can feel a lot deeper rather than kind of more surfacey level. You kind of need some guidance. Anything specific? I heard a song that made it worse. Oh, it was a romance fantasy, but one of the side characters I really liked died, and it made me. Oh, isn't that how life is though? Sometimes we really like a character and they die or they just leave our life. It's like, oh. And then the song. That's funny. All right. So while I'm waiting on Alyssa to let me know what kind of guidance, if there is last call for any other paid readings in my mental health recovery. Okay. Yeah. We can tap into the old noggin. It's actually not really the mind, but it's more like the mental body that I'm tapping into. So, Alyssa, I'm gonna connect to you, and you're talking about mental health recovery. Okay, guidance, needing some guidance in mental health. Okay, all right. Ooh, all right. You might want to. I'm hearing a lot. It came in as a burst of energy. So our mental health is super important, right? Because our beliefs create thoughts, which create emotions and feelings, which create our actions, which create the results, right, in our life, which create our reality. And so our beliefs, our thoughts, our mind is like so important to take care of and to maintain and to be very aware of, what's going on up there. With that being said, what I'm hearing very strongly, because it came in like a big burst of energy, is keep tapping into every day. There's a couple of things that keep coming in. Okay, hold on. That's a lot. Wait, I can only speak so fast. The first thing is you gotta tap into some kind of you gotta tap into some kind of content that's super positive and that teaches you how to work with your mind in a way that's going to empower you, to give you confidence, and to really help you build that strength and resilience within your mind. Okay. So, you don't have to take these to heart, but people like Tony Robbins, who is very, very like, um, into, like super, super into helping people, break through, have a lot of breakthroughs. Um, People like Dr. Joe Dispenza. Okay. Him and his work is great. Because he's got like, he combines science and spirituality. But tapping into, finding a podcast or a YouTube channel or something, some kind of content that's really going to help you maybe learn inner workings of your mind, so you can like learn and kind of like learn maybe what's things that are going on, but also and also that are going to help you build that strength and resilience and that confidence in that mental capacity. Okay. Because it's the building strength. So what this is going to do, it's kind of like going to the gym for your brain and for your mental capacity. It's going to help to build it like a muscle. Okay. That's number one, is you got to tap into some kind of content that you really resonate with, that's going to help you in that like recovery mode. So either one of those people, or, there's so, we have all of the information at our fingertips. So you just do some, but there's two really great people right there. The other one that I was hearing come in very strong with that is meditate. And that might seem whatever, but that's going to help to create stillness in the mind, and it's going to help to create stillness within you. So if you're creating stillness every day, it doesn't have to be long bouts of time. It could be anywhere from 5 minutes to however long you want it to be. You can just start at 5. That help you to create stillness in the mind, because I guess from what I sense, where you're at in your recovery, it's also going to help. It kind of like physical therapy. That's the that's the example that they're giving me. It's kind of like physical therapy. It's also going to help over time build that muscle and create stillness in your mind, so it's not like chaotic or catching on to things, catching on to signals that it's not yours. So if we still our mind every day, and we know, we start to get a baseline and a read of where we are, we start to create that baseline. Then if any chaotic, information comes in, or fear-based information comes in, we'll be able to actually tune into that and recognize that, oh, that's not mine. This is some weird stuff that, we're able to recognize it a lot easier. So I would say very, very, very positive content, but it's also going to help you learn about the brain and the neural pathways and creating new neural pathways. So, along with meditation, and that can also be silent or sensory meditation, or the other thing that I'm hearing is finding a really good video that will help you with the different brainwave states. I was hearing alpha specifically. Alpha is a very, very relaxed state before we get into like beta, where we're awake. And so alpha is like right before we go to bed, or right after we wake up. We're kind of like in this alpha kind of in between state. So I would encourage you and invite you to explore the different brainwave states as well in meditation, as well as specifically alpha, because that will help. That can help as well. One moment, let me ask, is that relevant? One thing you can look up if you feel called, and so you can see if you feel called to it, you can look into the Silva method. And Jose Silva created it's all what mind control is based off of, basically. And you can actually use this method in order to program yourself and in a way that you want to, because it's all programming. And it's just, if we learn how to program ourselves, then we can actually become more productive, more confident, more aware, more alert, more, we can program ourselves in all of these different kinds of ways. So why not utilize a certain method in order to aid you and support you in your recovery. So those are kind of the three things I'm feeling is something super, super positive that is also very informative. Meditation, working with different brainwave states, and then maybe looking up the Silva method and seeing how that kind of resonates. And that's part of the meditation, but like it kind of came in on its own. The last thing that I hear as not really a side note, but it's also like an additional thing that they want to put in here is shifting your diet to to foods that are rich, like in fatty acids, or just foods that are going to help the brain function even better. So like avocado, nuts, blueberries, walnuts. I know there's there's a chemical in eggs too, if you're into eggs. But like spinach, kale, sushi, salmon, different, just any foods that can help boost brain function. Okay. And I would highly encourage you to incorporate more foods that will help support the brain in higher function and higher functioning. Okay. So 4 things. 4 things. I hope you got that. Does that make sense? You're literally in physical therapy for my concussion. Yeah, like people like Dr. Joe Dispenza, like his meditations, they've helped heal, like his work has helped heal so many people. And that's just by tapping into the body consciousness as well as the power of the mind. So if you're going through like, concussion and like this it's a perfect time for you to actually, have your own kind of physical therapy for the mental, that mental realm, and to really tap into something positive, tap into something that's going to help you learn more about the brains and like about the brains and kind of allow you to explore different states of consciousness in order to reprogram the mind, in order to like help yourself heal quicker and faster and be more resilient and strengthen yourself and all of the different things, right? As well as definitely incorporate, because we're physical beings as well, so incorporate any foods that are that will support higher brain functioning. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Does that make sense? Are we good? I want to make sure that you are that you're good, that you understand. And if you need to like watch it over again, Alyssa, just know that I will have all of the week's lives on my YouTube channel by the weekend. I used to do them every day, but I'm busy during the day, so I'm gonna do them on the weekend. So if you missed anything or if you like forget something, go ahead and I'll invite you to tap into my YouTube channel. Alrighty then. So you got it, Alyssa. That's great. I think. All right, cool. All right, my dears. So that's it for me for tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will be back tomorrow. Love you.